You know what I think my issue is? Gosh. Like, I think I just over. Oh, I'm also gonna be doing my skincare routine. Where is it? Yep, don't mind Bob's Burgers playing in the background. My phone's also on 8. I feel like, okay, let me just get the disclaimers out of the way right now. And my phone's on 8%, in counting down. So, that being said, you know what I think my issue is? I think sometimes I just want things to go a certain way. And when they don't go a certain way, I get a little bit upset. Not necessarily upset, but just like kind of disappointed. Like, what's the word? I take myself out of the equation. Like, whenever something doesn't, like, for example, let me give you a very specific example, actually, because that is not gonna make sense in what triggered me to make me feel like this. Okay, and for me to talk about it out loud is what makes me process it, and then kind of overcome those emotions and then move on. Or else this is gonna eat me up until I go to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up about this. Yeah. So, anyways, but that's the point. But it is relevant. The thing is, like, let's say me and my sisters were like, oh my god, let's like make plans. I'm booked up to, until like certain days, and I want us to have like some time together to kind of hang out and have actual like one-on-one time. It's just kind of more the fact that, like, okay, like I'm asking several times, are we down to do dinner on Thursday? Are we down to make a meal? Are we down to do this? You know what I mean? So, like, okay, I'm looking forward to this, and I waited 2 weeks because I got canceled before. Then like no one's like telling me like what vibes we're on. Wait, where's my fan? Is it just me, or do my eyebrows look uneven? What the heck? I don't know. Anyways, are you behind? Where's my fan? Bruh. As also, if you can't tell, my room stays being used, so I can never find my shit sometimes. Where's my fan? Like, I'm gonna lose it. Doctor, she's losing it. No, 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 no. Doctor, she's already lost it. Where the heck is my fan? Like, I'm about to breathe. Oh my god. Okay, now I have to go ask if somebody came in my room and touched my fan. Like, sometimes like after like a long ass day, you just want to come back to your room being untouched and your stuff being where it is to be. This is also me venting. I'm not being like, I'm gonna use this time to vent. Okay, please. 3 minutes in and I'm already upset. Are you kidding me? Where's my fan? Like, is it behind here? What the heck? I'm taking out my whole drawers. Like, oh my god, this is gonna make me so. You know what? You know what? You know what? We don't need that fan. We don't need that fan. We don't need that fan. I got another one of this. This is me trying to rip it open. I usually am. I don't know. I don't know. I just need to take a breather. I think me just ranting about this is gonna make me feel better. I just threw out the second bottle. My third bottle, actually. But the other bottle, I threw it out. We're gonna throw this out, too. Recycle. Bam. What? My fan would have made this go a little bit faster, but we don't have a fan, so I guess in between each layer of me putting this on, this is actually only layer number. That's actually it. There's no need for the fan after this. But I guess I'm just gonna rant to you after. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I think I just get annoyed because we make these like we make these plans like beforehand, and then I swear it's like, oh, it's Thursday, and it's like, damn, I was looking forward to this, and I like put effort into this, and I went and I bought my like grocery, like, you know what I mean, like I bought my stuff to bring to the event, like I brought my stuff to bring, to make the food, to make my portion of the food. And I was like, I'm so down. Like I look up some recipes and then it's like, oh, like, and I think I get more annoyed at the fact that like I just know. Like I make these little subtle digs and like, I know we're not gonna do it, or I know it's gonna end up falling through. I say this type of thing hoping it doesn't. You know what I mean? I see these type of things like knowing, damn, like I'm gonna get disappointed, but like, you know, I'm still gonna pull up. Like, I'm just hoping I'm not gonna get disappointed. And the thing is, what always ends up happening is I end up getting disappointed, and then I end up getting mad at myself for having my expectations held to a certain degree, even though I knew that I was gonna get disappointed. So I was like, I know I'm gonna get disappointed, like, but the thing is, I'm still there, hopeful, and then it doesn't like work out, and then I just go in like complete mode. Like, I'm just like, okay. And then I know at one point people are like, okay, but how about this? Like, I'm getting like, what is it called? Alternative options. I'm getting, okay, like, how about let's do it tomorrow at this time, or like the next day at this time? And I was like, damn, like, but every time we switch it every time, and this type of thing where like, I think it's a fact knowing that like, if it was, oops, I put the wrong one. I meant to put, fuck. I'm putting this, like, I meant to put this one. This is my nighttime one that I use. The ROC, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? This one. Please focus. Is it gonna focus? Wait, where's the camera? Here? Whatever. ROC, whatever. This one. And I already squirted that one, so I'm gonna have to end up using this too. I'm gonna mix both, I guess, since we do not waste product here. Yeah, and as much like I'm all down for like alternatives, and I'm not trying to be the person like, oh, I don't do that. Like, I do. You know what I mean? I know I'm the type of person that also is like, damn, like, let's reschedule. But in this instance, it just happens too often. Whereas I've seen it like when they homegirls be calling, or other people be calling last minute talking about like, let's go out for a drink, let's go out for a meal, let's go do this. It's like this. So it's like, okay, maybe personally just don't want to hang out with me, which is also okay. You know what I mean? Because as siblings, you're not always gonna. I'm looking for my fan. That's what I was like. I was looking for my fan. I guess I don't have any. As siblings, you are not always gonna be friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just end up like just not being that close. And the thing is, like, as much as I care for them and I love them, it's a type of thing where like it also still is a sibling relationship where like we fight. We're still gonna fight and argue. And then we end up acting like nothing ever happened. Like, I'm pretty sure like in 30, 40 minutes from now, we're gonna go link up and we're gonna end up going to get food, and then everything's gonna be handy dandy and we're gonna continue what we were doing. But it's always just like those 2 seconds of like arguing, and then like this is just me releasing and venting how I feel like at the moment. But like at the end of the day, like I know we're tight, but like it's just type of thing where like, damn, sometimes I just wish that like you guys just would want to make those plans and hang out, and then wanna, and I understand that like you guys probably just, by you guys I'm specifically talking about my sisters. I'm talking about the specific experience right now because that's what's irritating me and bothering me. But it's just like, okay, you probably want to hang out with other people and go out, which is all great and all, but it's just like I just wanted one day. I don't even like, I was like, I just literally wanted one dinner, and I pre-planned when like we went to the grocery store, we picked up our ingredients. Do you know what I mean? And then when someone's like, oh, I forgot the date, it's like, damn, like you just forgot. And I think it's more annoying because it's like like I personally was looking forward to this, you know, and then it's like you didn't care about it enough. And it's like I was pressing you about it for so many days, but I don't want to feel like I'm pressing you to want to make plans with me and hang out with me and make this little moment work. So I guess I think, oh yeah, so I think my issue is I think I just like to have things done a certain way to have like there's no such thing as a full experience. But it's like, for example, because I want to make it like, I want to make a cute little dinner, a cute little thing, and then give them my cute little gifts. And I also want my mom to be there. But the thing is, my mom sleeps kind of early. So it's type of thing where like, okay guys, you're not making the food, you're going on just handy, like, you know, no one's doing anything. And it's just like, I'm trying to make the times work for everybody. And I want everybody to be a part of it. And I understand that sometimes they might be okay with like having a late night dinner, which I don't mind. We can have our 3-way, but I just specifically wanted like the whole family. You know what I mean? But like I can't be bringing everybody together when everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So I guess it's just like I just realized I fucked up. I put eye cream before this. Gosh, I fucked up my thing. You distracted me, bro. You distracted me, and I'm gonna blame you for that. I'm gonna go in with this one, the ROC. As you can tell, I use a lot of ROC products. Here's the night serum capsules. I usually put before my cream. I'm also out of like practically everything, but this is kind of nice because now my routine is like 5 steps, which is usually I try to cap it at a certain point and not make it too intense. Um, but yeah, but you know what? I think also in like just family aspect, I think with families though, you just can't plan shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you don't need to plan stuff, or it never works out when you plan. There we go. I just feel like it never plans out when you try to plan things, and I think I'm more of a planner kind of. Like, I kind of like planning things, but that's just because I like putting down things down to the T. Like, if we have X amount of hours to spend together, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, okay, let's wake up in the morning, let's go on a hike, let's come back, let's get ready, then let's go here, and then let's come back and do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of like scheduling it, or like they're more on the vibe. Was like, let's wake up the next day and see what happens. When someone told me that, I was go, oh, okay. Like, when like things are a little bit dicey on just one end, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just. That's what makes me want to lock into my own stuff. And I go, you know what? I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then you let me know when you're down to hang, and I'll let you know if I'm available at that time to hang. Because when it's kind of up in the air, I can't like base my schedule up in the air for you when you're not giving me an exact time and I'm, you know what I mean? At that point, do you understand what I mean? Like, at that point, I feel like I'm just making my day and time revolve around you, which on occasion is fine. Like, sometimes like that's how it works out, but when it's every time, bro. Oh, and then when your siblings get you annoyed, it's a different type of annoyed. You just get like it's a different type of annoyance. It's literally like and you know them like so well. Like, you know them decently well that like it's just like, and I think honestly now it's mainly because we're currently just all at home. We're all under the same roof at the moment again, which we weren't for a while. Like, for a minute we weren't under the same roof. So it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Everyone kind of had their space or whatever. But now it's like, and now that we're a little bit older, we kind of clash at times. You know what I mean? I mean, I think we've always had that clashing moment, but like, I just like imagine trying to grow and like tap into your older self, but at the same time, like, be in your older environment. And then I guess those kind of like, old habits die hard because, but obviously we're trying to break those habits, which we're doing. And I think one thing I can actually do appreciate is that everyone is pretty well aware, and it's very like tapped in to like, okay, you know what, maybe I didn't like the way that this made me feel, let's talk about it, let's like come to this conclusion, which I do appreciate. And I appreciate that we are the type of family or siblings that are willing to kind of, you know, break the generational curses or whatever that, like, you know what I mean, like, just kind of do things differently, practice communication, and talk about, you know, like our issues or whatever we have, and not sweep things under the rug, because we have learned that that's happened in the past and it didn't work out great. Let's just say that, like, it has, you know, dwindled, maybe even diminished, maybe even fucked over a lot of family family, what is it called, relationships. Do you know what I mean? And it's like whenever the other person in the family, aka your parent or whatever, who's willing to tap in and be like, hey, maybe we should start communicating more. Hey, you guys are so, like, and it's like kind of too late. Like, you've already, so many things have been swept under the rug to the point where you're not able to, you know, go back, because then it's a lot of unpacking to do. And if you're not willing to do that work and unpack, because that's a lot of work. And you know what? This is why therapists be getting paid a shit ton. But at the same time, though, I feel like this is my own version of therapy. And hello, who's paying me? Nobody. Oh, actually, no. This is payment for me. This is mental payment. I am getting payment for this. I'm getting like a health and brightness, because I already feel better talking about this. But yeah, you know what? That is something I do appreciate. I do appreciate that we do care for one another, even though differently. Also, I have to stop comparing relationships to one another, because the thing is, like, you are different to each other. Your relationship with one another is literally different. You know, you don't have the same relationship with one another. And sometimes you look at it from the outskirts, you go, damn, like, that's a different type of close, or like that's a different type of like a bond, but it's type of thing where like, but that's not my type of bond. But at the same time, you provide and you give other aspects. You don't need your relationship to be the same with everybody. This goes within your family. This goes within your friendships. Your like relationship with one another does not need to be the same. It like, I think if anything, it's better that it's different. Because if you were able to get what you were able to get with one relationship, and then also get the same thing with another, there's no differentiation within those relationships. At that point, the relationship is just, I don't know, like same font, different like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Whereas like you can appreciate and love people for different things, and vice versa. Like you would mesh in different ways. Because I'm friends with one person, and I can be friends with another person, and we're great together, but those two people might not mesh. But the thing is, they have different aspects of themselves that mesh well with me, which is great. But this is why I say that I'm hearing somebody and I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. Okay, that sounds like a footstep that does not belong to my sister. Is that? Gosh. Oh, also. Damn! ROC sponsor me, bitch! Sorry, I didn't even call you bitch. But like, ROC, I'm using you again. I didn't realize how much like ROC products I use. Okay. ROC moisturizer, nice and thick. I think also because the thing about ROC is that it's very, it's not too expensive, and their quality of product is pretty good. And on top of that, it's pretty like thick. You know what I mean? So like for that winter or that night look, night look. What the heck? For those like night days or night days. For the nighttime. My brain is not here. Their stuff is like pretty thick. Do you see what I mean? Look. Oh. Well. Do you see what I mean? Like it's like pretty thick, and it's really nice if you have like dry skin or whatever. It's really nice, and they have like two options. They have like a fragrant free one, and then the one with a fragrant. I don't know what the difference is. This is the fragrant free one, but I do like the smell of the fragrant one. It feels like a clean lady. Like, you ever smell those, like, older ladies that, like, pull up next to you and they're, like, so cute and they're all done up. They just smell so good. They just smell like product. I don't know, like, not perfume, but they just smell good. And I know it's, like, their moisturizer or whatever they use that smell this good. Because I don't know how to describe it. It's like I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I didn't realize how much, like, ROC products I have. I have the moisturizer, the nighttime one, the capsules, and then the eye cream one. I haven't tapped into their other stuff, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. But I like to keep things to minimum, and I like to change my stuff as it finishes. Do you know what I mean? So I only get something new once the item finishes. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I feel better now. My phone's also gonna die fairly soon. But that being said, cheers. Oh my god, I also made this delicious drink. Oh my, I feel like I always mention it, but it always involves cranberry. That's only because we always have cranberry, and I always like cranberry diluted with water because we get the cocktail concentrate from Costco. Cranberry, water, and then I squeeze in some oranges, limes, some type of garnish or whatever it's called, like parsley, cilantro, or mint. It's whatever I have. And then I'll kind of just put it in there, shake it up with ice. And if you want to make it into alcoholic beverage, you can. All you gotta do is just shake it up, add whatever like alcohol in there, tequila, vodka, bam. Or you can just make it into mocktail and then make, add your little powders. Sometimes I add like my powders in here, and then it'd be a cute little like sipper. Delicious. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know where. I feel like I came here in a certain type of mood, but I'm leaving here in a better mood. Just believe that. Okay. But yeah, now I'm gonna go and see what they're doing in their rooms. Dude, this is so funny. It's like, gosh, like I love them, but I hate them. Like siblings irritate you in a different type of way, dude. Because I swear, like they would. Oh, I'm also using a little bit of jojoba and this one, and go boom, 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 boom. My skin has been extra dry lately, and I even put it over my lips. Like, dude, my skin has been extra dry lately, so I'm just like, I need that extra. But yeah, but you always find your way back home. Your siblings are literally the only people that you can like get that annoyed and mad with, and then like next hour like this, talking about like, hey, anyone want to go get food? Pros and cons, and I still love them. Sometimes I just get slightly more annoyed. Um, but I think it's because also you just have access to your siblings a little more. That's what I also think it is. I feel like because you think you'll be able to see your siblings every single time, you just have access to them. So it's like you not hanging out with them sometimes. You'll be like, yeah, like we'll reschedule and hang out later. I'll see you later. It's like, no, babe, we're not gonna be hanging out together all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know when the next time, especially now that we all have our own lives, kind of, and everyone kind of has their own work, and then like social groups and whatever. Like everyone just is kind of like we're not in the house at the same time all the time. Do you know what I mean? So just more the fact that like, oh damn, like I made sure to look at our calendars to make sure that this one day that we're able to overlap a little bit, and then it's like well, no one cared enough to like show, and it's like okay, well, I guess next time someone else take initiative because I don't want to keep taking initiative to do this. And the thing is, I know I will. I know I'm gonna probably be like, okay, hey, like let's do this again. But it's just sometimes like, damn, like if I wasn't doing this, would you want to? And I just don't want to make anyone feel like they're forced to like do this, which I guess is fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. But this is what makes me detach. So that's okay. Full circle moment. That's what I was trying to talk about. Whenever I have things like that and it makes me feel like that, and I get proven right when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get thrown on the bus again, or like, oh, this something's not gonna work out my favor, but I'm gonna pull through. I'm gonna follow through just to prove myself. Like I want to give the person the benefit of the doubt, and if anybody, literally my my phone ended up dying. My phone ended up dying. About an hour, a couple cheers later, we're here. We're all good. We're all good. You know what I'm trying to think? Maybe I am slightly sensitive, just like a little bit. Like maybe I'm just like a little bit sensitive, and I just overthink things. But I definitely think that if my environment was to change and I was to be like a little bit more preoccupied and busy, this wouldn't really be occurring. At least that's what I tell myself. And the thing is, I was like, for the past hour plus, I was really getting into my head a lot, and I was gonna start spiraling. But I think just having to talk out loud, you know what I mean? And then because I'm talking out loud, I'm having to speak at a constant, like at a certain speed. Whereas if I'm in my head, there's just like a lot of different speeds that my thoughts are going. Whereas when I'm talking out loud, I'm having to say one word at a time. So I'm having to monitor what I'm saying a little bit more. Thoughts are just thoughts. They come and go. Most of the times you make up the majority of the thoughts, which I know. But when you got time to think sometimes, or when you just got, I don't know. Also, turning on the light helped a little bit, but I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like, you know when your intuition tells you one thing and then it ends up being right? I hate that. I don't like that. I feel like you tell yourself one thing and you tell yourself no, it can't be true, but like the thought is there. When the thought is already built and made up and it's there, and then they're just different things that kind of prove that your hypothesis is correct. It just kind of makes you just kind of want to go in a world and just be like, damn, like, but then the last time I thought this happened, and the last time I thought this happened, and I knew what should happen, and then it just kind of go. Basically, every time I come to a conclusion is, in this world alone you came, in this world alone you will leave. That's literally, and I don't hate, the thing is, I don't hate being alone and by myself, but I think it's more the fact that like, I just know when push comes to shove, I will never be on the front line. No, we're not doing that. I just know that like when push comes to shove, I will never be in the front line for anybody, which is fine and it's okay. And I'm saying that as I tear up a little bit. Oh, my tear ducts are they got a little bit itchy. My tear ducts are just like overworking a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyways, I've literally barricaded my door and I blocked my door because if anybody comes and I hear a slight sound, like, wait, I heard a voice. Oh. we gotta play it cool. We gotta play it cool. We gotta play it cool. Maybe that's my issue. Maybe my issue is that I keep playing it cool and I should just like be open and show my emotions. But I don't know how to do that without saying like, damn, like I don't want to be begging you for your attention. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be begging you to like love me. You know? We gotta go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I do hear the faucet running a little bit, but honestly, I think this is literally this is why like God, I just feel like I overthink everything to the max, and it's so bad. And I don't like the fact that I always need like not necessarily constant reassurance, but it's just I think the way that people act it's a reassurance for me. And the fact is like I think what makes me more upset is the fact that like if I make anybody feel like this, I was laying there. I think I was more upset at the fact that like I make people feel like this. Like this is what I make people feel like, and I hate that. Whenever I feel some type of way, I'm always just like, oh my God, I make people feel like this. Like I could be doing this to other people. Like my parents probably feel like this. Like my parents probably feel neglected, and I don't fucking know. My parents probably feel like they're alone at times. I just feel like we're in a home within different walls, all living together but alone. And it's just the fact that like if I'm in my room behind these closed walls feeling like this, and I have the power and ability to make someone else feel like this, I hate that. I think I'm just more upset at the fact that like I'm getting upset that I feel like this, and I'm getting upset at the fact that like I'm getting upset that I feel like this when someone else can feel the exact same way. And here I am, unable to control that because I'm too busy thinking about how I'm feeling upset about this. Oh my God, I don't know. I want to be a better person, and I want to take my experiences and what I feel and make the people around me not feel like this. I think I like being attentive. I think people see that as kind of a weakness, as being like sensitive and attentive to other people's like feelings and stuff. But the thing is like I think everyone has a purpose, and I think everyone has kind of a given will, you know. And I genuinely I like making people feel comfortable. I like making them feel better, at peace. I don't know. And the thing is, I think I'm in an environment where like that might not be, like I feel like I'm constantly fighting that natural feeling in me, but only because I feel like that ends up being not necessarily taken advantage of, but just kind of like misconstrued in some type of way. I don't know. Like in a perfect world, I don't know if you can even hear me because the TV is going off, and I can't turn off the TV because if I turn off the TV, then I'm gonna end up having to. I don't want to hear myself either, and I need something calming and like cute in the background, and that's gonna be it. Also, I don't want anyone to hear me because like we're not alone and there's people out there. But so I feel like the TV kind of overrides my voice a little bit, but I hope it's not overriding it enough for that so that you can hear me. By you, I mean me, because the only people watching this is me, which I'm okay with. But basically, I think the issue is not even necessarily like, I think it's just my environment, honestly, when it comes down to it. And I think if I was in a bigger, different space where I can truly be myself and 100% not let anything else cloud my judgment and cloud my feelings, and I'm not having to adapt to everyone's like emotions and feelings 24/7, that'd be a different ordeal. But I feel like I'm just constantly like tiptoeing sometimes, and I'm just like, and then if I have to, God, I don't want to talk about this anymore. But basically, push comes to shove, things will work out in their favor. One day everything will work out. If not, it doesn't work out, and that is also okay. That being said, I'm gonna say goodnight. I'm actually gonna put some more moisturizer on because I think my tear ducts accidentally swelled up a little bit, and like ran a little bit loose and lucid down this area. You know what I mean? And that wasn't supposed to happen. But like, how else would I rather spend a Thursday night? I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning. This holds me accountable, and I need to hold myself accountable because, babe, no one's gonna hold you accountable besides you. And I love that. I love that enough. Push comes to shove, sometimes I hate it, but right now, I will love it. Eventually, I will learn why I loved it. Came to love it, why you should love it. It's drag or be dragged. Unfortunately, I'm going through both, but that's okay. That's why we take everything with